NoFX, we're definitely going to stop playing. I think it's going to be 3 years after Bad Religion breaks up. Because they're pretty old, and they're still really good. So when they have to call it quits, we'll probably do one more world tour, and that'll be it. But it will be nice, because when Bad Religion breaks up, then we'll be the second best punk band in the world. Right now we're number 3, and I like number 3. I like bronze.
See, we're gonna last longer than NoFX. I guarantee it, because he's waiting for us to retire, and we can outwait anybody. Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance. We played with them last night in Interlaken in Switzerland. And he said on stage, "We're number 1, Rancid is number 2, and NoFX is number 3." He's got to wait a really long time to make that climb up the ladder, and we're not going to retire anytime soon. We've got at least 3 more records to do. I'm positive. We're way outlasting Fat Mike. Way outlasting. He's not really fat anymore. He's fit Mike.
Welcome to the new dark ages. Yeah, I hope you're living right. These are the new dark ages, and the world might end tonight.
Sono stato il primo in Italia sicuramente, e loro mi hanno detto in Europa a recensire il loro primo EP, nei primissimi anni '80, prima ancora del primo album. Poi sì, ci siamo conosciuti, li ho intervistati un paio di volte. Loro sono una band assolutamente geniale, hanno la stessa genialità che avevano per certi versi i Ramones, cioè quella di riuscire a essere sempre validi, interessanti e ispiratissimi, pur avendo un suono tutto sommato semplice, senza molte variazioni.
I can't believe it, the way you look sometimes, like a tramp on fire on a city street. Oh yeah.
The best 5-man power trio out there. When we are, see, Brett's not with us right now, but when we are 6 people on stage, it's the Molly Hatchet of punk rock. We're as powerful as you can possibly imagine, and it's very confusing and kind of scary.
Lazy middle class, intellectual, my mama's on Valium, so ineffectual.
Actually, when we started as a band in 1980, there weren't that many bands. There were maybe 25 or 30 bands, and we all knew each other. It wasn't until maybe 1982 that it went from being 25 or 30 bands to being 250 or 300 bands. It just really exploded.
Welcome to the new dark ages. Yeah, I hope you're living right. These are the new dark ages, and the world ends tonight.
Everybody at that time wanted to fill their own niche. Everybody wanted to be very unique and not sound like anybody else and not do what someone else was doing. I think the key at that time was to take parts of things that you liked, whether it was maybe the aggression of Black Flag, but the background harmonies of the Adolescents, and then maybe have the pop songwriting of the Ramones, and that's how you'd sort of make your band up and bring things in that would make you unique from the other 25 or 30 bands that people would go and see.
Say it again, yeah, these are the new dark ages. I hope you're living right. Welcome to the new dark ages, 'cause the world might end tonight.
There are parts of punk that have changed. The biggest change is that it's popular, it's mainstream. To me, the only thing that's really survived in all of this, the ethos of punk rock, was that you kind of have to do it yourself. No one's going to do it for you. There's tons of bands out there that they start out, they put on a guitar, and their philosophy is, we're going to be the next Green Day. which isn't that far different from when we started out. Bands were putting on guitars saying we're going to be the next Beatles. Not going to happen. It's possible, but it's unlikely. Being in Europe for the first time, that's when we learned it's a far more progressive continent than America is. We've never been here before, so just based on everybody's lives, how they live their lives in a civilization that's thousands of years older than ours, that let us go home and say, hey, we might not think America's so great, but we've seen places that are better and have more to offer. So it definitely opened up our eyes to a global perspective and made us probably more critical of America and allowed us to write more material about how we felt about where we as a nation were. But we kind of outgrew that and said, but we're all humans on the planet, and that kind of evolved into where we are now, which is being a social political band and writing about more human philosophies than just American ideals.
Stavi dicendo che i Bad Religion hanno in qualche modo influenzato tutti i gruppi che sono arrivati immediatamente dopo, vale a dire gli Offspring, Green Day, Sum 41.
Certo, hanno avuto un'influenza, cioè diciamo che chiunque praticamente si è voluto confrontare con il cosiddetto hardcore melodico, logicamente aveva questa